Great day, attractive thinker. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance. Dr. Toni Hatton here, your identity coach and get to the root specialist at the Attractive Thinker Guru. This is where we support you with mental healing, mental strength, and mindset maintenance for new and aspiring entrepreneurs so that you can remove those obstacles that are blinding you to your possibilities. Write your books and start your business ideas. Welcome my co-host, Tichet Bradshaw, to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance.
Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. We made it. We made it through another week where we get to do what we've never did, go where we've never gone, and have all that we deserve to have in this lifetime. It's a great day to be alive.
It is a fantastic and amazing day to be alive. Welcome, Attractive Thinker Generation. We're ready for you today. We trust that you've had a fantastic and amazing weekend. I know you have your Attractive Thinker notebooks handy and your copy of the Attractive Thinker Experience on Amazon. I trust that you have this because you don't want to be without this. This is a powerful resource that you're going to need as you continue your entrepreneurial journey. It's a 726 page hardcover, full color transformational experience. It gets into our core beliefs and it gets into how to position yourself for the clarity that you need to write your book and start your business idea, and the experiences that you and circumstances that you're going to encounter along the way. How do you handle that? We provide mental tools for these types of situations so that you don't get stuck in the process. You're not starting and stopping and dealing with procrastination and inner self issues and fear and doubt and believing one day and not believing in the next day. And this is really prolonging these ideas that are locked up inside of your heart. So the Attractive Thinker Experience on Amazon really gives you what you need to keep moving, to be consistent. I know you know by now that consistency is the key. It's not about starting and stopping. And if you stop, just understand that the next move is to start. And if you're starting and you end up stopping or delaying, or you get discouraged, just understand the next move is to start. So those resources are there. Coping mechanisms. How do you cope when you're frustrated and disappointed, or you don't reach your goal? You put in all this effort. All of those resources are there. And today we're going to be talking about, we're going to support you in understanding that the goals that you have, the thing that you're pursuing, who you desire to be, it's already done. That's a different come from. We talk about that come from all of the time. That's a different energy. And what we're saying today, Attractive Thinker and Visual Encourager, I want you to understand this. When we say it's already done, there's a difference between pursuing your goals, taking action. That's a big one. There's a difference between taking action on your goals with the mindset of worry, doubt, fear, unbelief, not really sure that it's going to happen, or you're taking action from a place of feeling like it's not real, or it's going to take a long time, or it's too hard, or it might come next year. This might take 5 years to get this project done. That's that energy in that space. When you take action on your goals from that energy, you're taking action in that energy, and that energy is what you're taking action in. It's affecting your decisions. It's affecting who you encounter. It's affecting the opportunities that come your way or don't come your way. It's the energy. The action that we take we're not just doing physical things. There's an energy that goes along with that action, and that energy is getting most of the results, not the action. So taking action from a place of doubt, fear, and worry is different from taking action from a place of, I already am all that I desire to be. It's already all inside of me. I already am an author. Can you imagine taking action from the mindset of that you're already an author? You're not trying to be an author. If you have a desire to write the book, even if you don't have the book in your hand yet, or you haven't started the process, you're already an author, because only authors get book ideas. I want you to think about that. So you're not in the process of writing your book. You're not writing your book from the energy of, well, I hope this works out, or I hope this book sells, or I hope I get through to the end, or I hope I find an editor. I hope I can afford a book coach. Or you're not. Authors don't think that way. If you already are, which is today's topic, it's already done. If you already are an author, it's a natural thing to have a book editor. It's natural for you to be able to afford a copyright, or a book designer. These are natural things. Authors aren't sitting there twiddling their thumbs or biting their nails saying, I know I'm not going to be able to afford this publication process of this book. That's a different kind of energy. And I'm telling you, attractive thinker, when you embrace this message that we're sharing with you today, you can begin to see results right now in this moment before this message ends. You'll be able to see results because you're not relying on the physical, not so much the physical action that you're taking, like, oh, I have a to-do list, or let me listen to this message, and after this message, I can get to work. No, your work is going to start right now with the mental shift that you're taking from worrying about whether the action that you take is going to work or not, or if you're going to reach your goals, to actually becoming the goal, viewing the goal as if it's already done, and taking action from an already done place. Tichet, talk to us today about it's already done.
Absolutely. One of the things in my practices as the visual encourager, I take people to a place of done, right? Where, and not a place of done like I'm through and done, but it's finished, it's completed. Your goal, your vision has been, all of that has given birth, and your baby, or whatever you're creating, or your desire, or your highest thought has manifested. I take you to a place where you see what it does and how it feels to be in that presence, and how it feels to be in that energy, and what that type of person lives like, walks like, moves like, talks like. What does that energy feel to be a person who is at the end of your story? We have to remember that as visionaries, as attractive thinkers, we have to remember that all the energy we have matters, because it determines how things move, right? The law of vibration always talks about movement. And the law of vibration is, we always talk about law of attraction, right? But the law of attraction is a secondary law to the law of vibration, right? So when your thought and your emotions meet, it creates a vibration. Your vibration is always moving. It is attracting, right? So if your thought is down and your emotions is following that downward thought, you're having downward energy moving towards you. You're putting out downward energy, and that's what's coming back to you. It's a cycle. This is why it rains and pours, because you put out that energy. That one thing happened, and instead of focusing on the glass half full, you focused on the glass half empty, and you had those thoughts of glass half empty, and it brought your emotions down to glass half empty type of energy, and you put out more decisions, more words, more doing with the glass half empty mentality. That energy then goes out and brings you back the fact that you were correct. This is why it says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because what you think in your heart, you put out the energy to it, it goes out into the world, and it brings you the fact that you're absolutely right. So whatever you believe about yourself, that is. So what we're coming from is saying, whatever you are desiring, whatever vision you have, we want you to know that it's already done. Everything you have been visualizing and being is already done. The reason why I take you to a place of it's already done as a visual encourager, and so that you can feel that energy, so that you can operate out that energy, so your thoughts can see higher than your present, your present movement, so that you can see what it's like or the difference between how you're presently acting versus how you would act if you was this person. And Dr. Toni, you said the moment you start, you are. That's the truest thing, because here's the thing, right? When you see, all right, let's say for an example, you wanted to be a disciplined person for whatever reason, right? You wanted to be disciplined in your money. You wanted to be disciplined in your body. You wanted to be disciplined with your work and all that stuff. Like Dr. Toni said, the moment you start that, the moment you are, right? The moment you put, okay, before you put that in action, right? You are starting that, you are at the starting point of, I want to be disciplined. You're trying to figure out how to put that in action. At what point do you say, I'm that person? As soon as you put that in action, you are that person. Soon as you start practicing discipline, you are that person. So you say, okay, well, what does discipline look like? Let's say I eat healthy. How many times do you got to eat healthy to be a person that eats healthy? You say, I want to be a person that's disciplined and I exercise. How many times do you have to exercise in order for you to be considered a person that exercises? It's instantly. So the moment you decide in your mind to do something and you exercise that, you put that into action, you see it for yourself, it manifests in your mind, it creates an emotion in your heart, and it goes out as energy and it brings you your manifestation of it. The more and more you practice it, the more you are consistent in it, the more you see the result. Now, here's the thing. When you start on a journey, sometimes you don't see the results right away. But as visionaries, we always start from that point of seeing. We got to hold on to where we're trying to go. And the thing is the destination is not, I won't say the destination is not as important as the journey, because the destination is important. But when you understand it's not about the destination, but the journey, you allow the destination its place to hold you so that it can give you the energy to do the journey. And once you do the journey, sometimes things expose itself while you're on your journey and give you a whole nother course. But you allow the destination, the vision in your mind, you allow that to stand so that it can give you the energy to move forward and to feel like you're doing something for something and not something for nothing. When we feel like we're doing anything in vain, it inflicts pain. You start to feel the pain of it. Let's say you're exercising and you feel like, oh, you're just exercising and it's not going to take any weight off. Then every time you lift something with a muscle, you're going to be like, that hurts and I'm not going to do it anymore. But when you have the idea of being chiseled at the end of lifting, you know that you have to take risks, and you know there's risk and reward, and you know there's pain. When there comes pain, there's also gain. And so you're willing to endure in order for you to get to that vision. But when does the manifestation starts? It starts at your starting point. At your starting point is everything you need for this journey. At your starting point is everything that you can imagine. Imagine being a movie, right? And you just get to watch it play out. Imagine every movie that you have seen has already been filmed and edited and all that stuff. When you get to the movie, it's already done. The credits, everything at the beginning and at the end is done when you go to see this movie. The job of the actors and the actresses is to make you believe so far in this movie that you almost feel like you're in there with them. And so when you're in this movie, you're mad at the enemy and you're rooting for the hero, or depending on the type of person you are, vice versa. You cry when they cry, you laugh when they laugh, you love when they love. Them actors and them actresses is presenting you an image so strong that you feel like it actually happened in your life. We have to do that with our vision. And that's what I do as visual encourager. I help to present your vision so strong that you can feel what it's like to be that person, create thoughts from that life, that creates energy from that life, that puts out, that you put out in the earth, and then it comes back to you in the reward from that aspect of life. right? So you get to watch the movie being played out from the end. I technically like movies where they show you, Dr. Toni, they say, they'll show you the end result and then they'll say, you wonder how I got here? Those the type of movies I like. Yeah. And they back up and show you. I don't know, because I can be impatient sometimes, right? I get so excited that I can be impatient sometimes. So those movies, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to see how they got in that predicament. You know what I mean? So imagine the problems that you're enduring now being the predicament where you're saying, I guess you wonder how I got here, right? And the person that's telling you has already made it. Mm-hmm. The person in the movie that's saying you're wondering how I got here has already made it. And now they got to go back through their journey to show you how this equal to that. So now what I'm saying to you is the problem that you have, that is a journey. That's not your destination, right? And your journey is important because in that journey, the most important things reveal itself, all the gems and jewels of your life, the information, the wisdom, all the experiences. Nothing to teach you in life like experiences, right? Nothing will teach you more than the experience. People can say stuff all the time, but experience will teach you every time if you're willing to learn. Because there's some people who don't want to learn. They will experience the same thing over and over and over again, and they just are not getting the message, doing the same thing, expecting different results, you know? And so when we are saying it's already done, you have to look at your life as a movie. In the movie, you are the hero. We know at the end of the movie, the hero always makes it out. It may look like it's dying, it may look like somebody taking it out, but in the end, in a good movie, the hero makes it, right? The director of the movie, the writer of the movie, they are serving us a story about how we take an ordinary person and turn them into a hero, or how we take somebody who looks like they can't do this, that, and the other, and then they turn them into something magnificent and extraordinary. And so we look at people who's willing to take a risk. We look at some of these movies and say, oh, I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have jumped. But then when you see where they ended up after the jump, you wonder if they knew that they were in there in that moment. And sometimes they don't. This is why we say take the leap anyway, understanding that whatever this journey is, whatever this problem you're having, whatever this situation or circumstance you're having, no matter what, it's going to lead to, it's already done. It's going to lead to your destination. And you get to see just how, no matter how messed up this situation is, you get to see how it ends with you giving birth to that business, giving birth to that ministry, giving birth to that new home, giving birth to that relationship, giving birth to new talents and new gifts and new passions and new, giving birth to the new you. You get to watch how it gives birth. But you understand that the reason why it gave birth was because of the situation you're going through now, and you didn't let it make you give up. Back to you, Dr. Toni.
So fantastic, Tichet. You know, while you're talking, I'm reminded of a section in the book on page 336, Become One with the Goal. That's what we were talking about on page 336. How to become one with the goal. This is about supporting you, attractive thinker, and understanding that it's already done. Just think about that for a moment. Sit with that for a moment. Whatever goal you have, whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever it is that you're working on right now, I want you to consider the fact that it's already done. You're not creating anything. You're taking action on what's already done so that you can bring it into your experience so that you can have it. I want you to think about that, because when in this process, you becoming the goal, meaning you're shifting right now while you're listening to this message. Instead of experiencing the struggle, step into the flow. You're not trying to be anything. You're being. You're already being. It's already done. You already are. You're being. So think about the goal that you have. Think about the person that is living and operating under that goal being accomplished. So what does that person look like? What are they doing? What are they doing right now? If your book is already finished, what are you doing? What do authors do when they have finished books? They start marketing. They, of course, they market prior to that, but now that the book is finished, they're focusing on getting speaking engagements, getting clients as coaching clients, getting interviews. They're focused on marketing, getting in touch with organizations to tell them about the book and see how they can, go come to the organization and speak about the book, how they can get the organization to purchase copies of the book for their clientele and members and customers that they serve. Thinking about that is thinking like an author. It's you're coming from a place of already being an author. It's already done. Can you feel the flow and the ease in that? It's different than thinking from a place or trying to contact an organization about your book. And even if the book is finished, you're contacting the organization with doubt and fear. You're not sure, you're not certain. Maybe they want my book, maybe they don't. Maybe I'm good enough, maybe I'm not. That you're making the call with resistance. You're showing up, you're making the connection with resistance. So let's do away with the resistance. It's already done. It's already done. Relax and believe that it's already done. Now step into that being, that energy, and start making decisions today based on that. Now go pick your book up, pick your manuscript up, pick your notes up and your journal up, and keep writing the book because it's already done. So think about this for a moment. If whatever you're working on is already done, then it's waiting on you. If it's already done, you're not waiting on it, it's waiting on you. Because when you begin to step into the energy of you already are and it's already done, you move and you take action differently. Even when you have setbacks and frustrations, even when you get knocked down, you don't stay down because it's already done. And you know that it's waiting on you. You're not waiting on it. And the action that you take is getting you closer to the fullness of that finished product, the fullness of that being manifested, the fullness of it, of that being your real experience. So, Tichet, while you were talking, I was taking some notes, and one of the things I wrote down was about visualizations. You are a dynamic visual encourager. And during your visualizations, you really do help your clientele see beyond what they're looking at. And I was writing down, because this came to me while you were talking, visualizations stem from a place of already done. It can't stem from anything else. If you're going to sit and visualize something and use your imagination, in your mind's eye, it's a perfect world. In your mind's eye, there's no resistance. In your mind's eye, you can create it the way you want it to. You can, in your mind's eye, you can change the curtains from burgundy to orange in an instant. In the physical, you have to get up there, you have to take the hooks down or take the equipment down that's up there, and all equipment is the same. If you wanted to change and put a new set of curtains up there, you got hooks involved, you got curtains, you need a ladder, you may or may not be tall enough to reach it, and then you put it up there and it may not look right. But in your visualization, using your imagination, when you change the curtains from burgundy to orange, it looks right, it's perfect. It's hanging the way you want it to hang. It has the bling on it the way you want it to. It's hemmed right. It has the fringe on it the right way. It's the right length from the ceiling to the floor. It's not like in the physical, you hang it, you're like, oh my God, like these curtains are too short, or oh my God, they're too long. In your visualization, in your imagination, it's a perfect world. You get to change it in an instant the way that you want it to. So visualization is a powerful thing. You're coming from a place of already being done, and all of that resistance is not there. You experience flow. It feels natural. It feels normal. As an author, when you're in your imagination and visualizing this already done state, it's natural for you to pick up the phone as an author and talk to your graphic designer. It's natural for you to file your paperwork and be able to afford it and pay for it without worrying whether you'll be able to afford it. It's natural for publishers to pick up your book when you're coming from an already done place. So Already done is the energy that you can step into right now, so that the action that you take even today will begin to get results for you. Because when you take the action, it's the energy in which you take the action that gets the results. Now you know how to take action in the right energy. I'm so glad you're sitting here listening to this message, or wherever you are around the globe, you're listening to this message. I'm so glad that this message found you, because it removes the struggle. When you remove struggle, Tichet, and resistance and doubt and fear and anxiety from the experience, you feel lighter. You feel happier. Ideas come quicker. Solutions come quicker. Your peace and joy, you're saturated with it. And it's the peace and joy that's going to bring opportunities that you never even considered, all because you decided to come from a real place of it's already done. Another thing that came to my mind, to share, was, so when taking action, my question is, from what mindset? You said something, to Shet, that really stood out to me. You said we have to hold on to where we're trying to go. This energy, this already done place, you have to hold on to that energy. Distractions are going to come. Can you hold on to the energy? People going to get on your nerves, people, places, and things. Ideas, thoughts, contrary thoughts are going to come up into your mind. Feelings are going to come up in your spirit that are contrary. That will. Have you ever been working on a project, and all of a sudden you get this feeling and you're not sure where it came from, but it makes you put your pen down and sit back. Maybe a tear comes to the corner of your eye, or you enter into a space that you were trying to get away from. Can you hold on to the energy? Can you hold on to the place? Can you hold on to the goal of it's already done when you're facing life and its circumstances? Because, Tishet, even though we have this clarity, we can't stop life from happening. Life will continue to happen. Circumstances and situations will continue to show up. The issue is, can you hold on to this place of already done? So another thing, Tishet, that I wanted to highlight is, for example, I like giving practical resources and information, because it's okay to hear a message, but if you don't know how to apply it to what you're dealing with, how effective is it? How effective is it? You end up feeling stuck, or you're like, man, I heard that message and it sounded really good, but I don't know how to use it to what I'm dealing with right now. And you wait for the next message, or you continue to seek the clarity. So let me give you some practical ideas that you can apply this information and this message to. For example, if you have some health goals, everybody's health goal is not to lose weight. If you have a health goal to balance your blood pressure, if you have a health goal to stop smoking cigarettes, if you have a health goal because you want longer, thicker hair, if you have a health goal that you want to stop the aging process, slow down the aging process, and become more youthful, more youthful skin, more youthful teeth, more youthful fingernails and toenails, whatever that might be. You may have a health goal to get rid of some blemishes, to have prettier legs, or whatever that might be. It's the come from. I want you to imagine that it's already done. What if you already had beautiful legs? What if one of your states of being in life was that you already have pretty legs? So how would you act if you already had pretty legs? You moisturize your legs. You exfoliate your legs. You take care of your legs. You shave the hair off of your legs, and you cover your legs, and you elevate your legs so that the blood flows properly and doesn't pool and around certain areas and cause varicose veins and things like that. So when you come from a place of already having beautiful legs, this is another thing to share. When you come from the right energy, the right place, you already know what to do. When you're coming from the wrong energies, I want you to get this, attractive thinker. A lot of times you don't know what to do because you're coming from the wrong energy. You have the right goal, but it's planted in the wrong energy, and you don't know what action steps to take. But when you step into the right energy, ideas just come like, oh, I never thought of that. Of course, these ideas, these same ideas and answers are there, but they're not going to come from this other energy. They come from the right energy. They come from an already done, already being done place. This message here is full of fruit and power and resources and solutions. And I trust that you're capturing these gems in your attractive thinker notebook. I love it. I'm gonna go back to it again. You have to hold on, Tichet said, to where you're trying to go. You have to hold on to the goal, hold on to the energy. Tichet, I've said it to attractive thinkers down through the years when I was hosting radio for Radio One. I said it when I was coaching clients, when I was speaking on platforms down through the years. I said the same thing. I refuse to allow other people's drama to become my drama because my focus is holding on to my own energy. You have to choose, you have to decide. This is the energy that will get this job done. This is the energy that will help me reach my goal. Once you establish what energy that is, it's our responsibility to hold on to that energy no matter what. Yes, the phone is going to keep ringing. Can you hold on to the energy? You're going to get an email. Somebody's going to knock on your door. You're going to see something on social media. You're going to be notified of something that out of the blue and that you didn't expect. Can you hold on to the energy? Because energy is king. Energy is what's going to get you through the knock on the door, the email, the text message, and the unexpected experience. It's the energy. Back to you, Tichet. I could go on and on. This is a beautiful message. Talk to us.
Another addition to holding on to the destination is you hold on to the destination until the fulfillment of the journey kicks in. And the reason why I say that, because in the beginning you have a vision. You might not know how this vision is going to take place, but you know it's going to take place because it's already done. You're part of a movie. Remember, it already got to this point of this. You're wondering how I got here, right? You're already wondering with this, right? When you get to a point of the destination and you're on your journey and you're going forward and forward and you're learning and you're open to new ideas and you're open to new energy and you're open to things, there's so many opportunities that open along the way, so many ideas that you're given, so many different things. You become something different on that journey. When you first had the vision, you are a totally different person from when you first had the vision to where you were on your journey on the way this close to the vision. You're a totally different person. And now you get to see how the journey has played out, right? But then the journey becomes so fulfilled, you can't wait to what's next. You reach that destination and realize that there's more. There's more. This is why we say you hold on to the destination until the fulfillment of the journey comes in, because when you manifest that vision, there's more. There's more than just being an author of one book. There's more to just wanting to be healthy and pretty. There's more to that, like wanting to be peaceful and loving and wanting to feel free. There's more offered to you than that one vision. But we're saying until the fulfillment of that journey kicks in, hold on tight to that one vision like your life depends on it, because it does. And perception is everything. Perception and consistency is key. What you perceive, how you perceive a thing is how you're going to receive a thing. If you perceive it's already done, then you're looking everywhere for the opportunity for the universe to show you that. You're looking for any open door that is going to prove to you that it's done. Let me just say this. You ever be around somebody? I know I was this person, okay? This is an admittance to myself. I was that I told you so person, right? I told you this was going to happen. See, I knew this was going to happen. Why? Because I happen to see things from the already done perspective, no matter what it is, good or bad. I see it from the already done. And then I say, this, that is going to happen. It's already done. And it could be even about my life. It might not even be about anybody else's life. I might say to myself, see, I'm not going to get that car, right? We're just going to use something simple. I'm not going to get that car. because, and I can come up with all these reasons why I don't deserve it, why I don't get it. And, you know, the thing is as you think of in your heart, so is you. That reason why that I'm giving, that's confirming the, I'm not going to get that car. I'm looking for things to feed into that why, to show me why I'm right about not getting that car. And you know what? It shows up. And then when I don't get that car, I go, see, I told you I wasn't going to get it. I should have never gone for it. I should have never did this. I should have never did that. Here's the thing. When you are manifesting, you have to make sure you're focusing on the right, like Dr. Toni said, you're focusing on the right energy with the right destination, right? You're focusing with the right perception, right? Your perception will change your energy. Your perception changes your energy. So you have to perceive it as it's done and it's good. It's going to work out good no matter what's going on right now. Everything is going to work out for the good. You just got to now look for the opportunities for it to show you. The same way that I told you this wasn't going to happen is the same way you got a place. I told you this was going to happen. It's the same thing. Why? Because you have to remember the strength of what you saw in the end is what played out. That strength of what you saw it so strong that that's what played out. That's why you say, see, I told you, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Well, what can we know now? What can we know differently? What can we do now with a different thought and a different perception and a different knowing? It is your knowing and your perceiving. It's your knowing that helps your perception, and your perception that shapes your energy. But what happens with the knowing is you got to add trust to it. You got to trust what you see. You got to trust. No, you don't trust what you see. You trust your vision, no matter what you see. You got to trust the vision at all times, no matter what you see. It could look like nothing is going to happen and nothing is going on. But if you look over the course of your life, when hindsight is 2020, you see that a lot was going on at the same time, right? A lot was going on at the time where you thought nothing was moving, and it come to find out everything was moving, right? So when you have a perception going, and you got that energy going, and you got that vision strong enough, it will produce a journey that fits it. It will produce a journey that will show you and allow you to become exactly who that person with that vision is. That journey will shift and shape you into that very person. So like we talked about the author, and you think about yourself in that author life, right? That author's life. What does it take to be an author? What happens when you sell your first book and your book is #1 bestseller on New York? Your life doesn't stop there at that destination. What type of lifestyle does that person live? You know, like Dr. Toni said, you talk to certain people, certain graphic designers and things like that. But what type of real lifestyle outside of that do you live, right? You have to give yourself time for your vision. You have to allow your perception to stay its course no matter what happened. Don't let other people or distractions throw you off your vision and therefore throw you off your journey. You know, you have to allow yourself to know that because it's already done, nothing is going to knock me down. Nothing. This is why we always say champions go there, but they don't stay there because they know they won. Why would you stay down when you know you won? You will get up if you got, Dr. Toni said, if you got, nothing can stop you but a lack of breath. You remember that? Yeah. That's all. I think that was one of the radio shows we had on your website. Nothing can stop you but a lack of breath. That was one of the powerful shows because we understand that if you have breath, you have power. And if you have power, use it for the greater good. Use it for your benefit. Allow yourself to breathe your way into your vision, to give birth to your vision. There's a time to push and there's a time to rest. And there's a certain way you have to breathe in order for you to give birth properly. We know that. And this is why it's important to have coaches, because they can tell you okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you prepare yourself for this. This time is going to be painful, but this is what you can do to release some of that pain. This is how we do with the show. We're showing you how to bear the pain, push through, and give birth to your goal, your vision, but more importantly, give birth to you. Give birth to who you are. People want businesses, people want homes, people want money, but the greatest thing you could want is the real you, to be out, to live loud, to live out loud and free, to live without having to apologize for who you are, living unapologetically, to be able to live a life that is fulfillment every single day, to be able to get out here and have a vision, manifest it, have another vision, manifest that, have another vision, manifest that, and get to a place where you keep manifesting visions that no matter what, you know a vision is going to manifest from it. That you start fulfilling the journey. You start feeling the fulfillment of the journey. And when you feel the fulfillment of the journey, the destination becomes, what's the word I want to use? The destination becomes the more like the background, but it's still important, right? The background, the destination be like, okay, yes, I want to become this person, but man, I enjoy writing that book. I enjoy meeting the graphic designers. I enjoy having those meetings. I enjoy the journey, because you're coming from a place of already done. You've already been at the destination. But then when you have that destination strong enough that you allow your journey to be the fulfillment of it, you get to enjoy the destination twice. Because you enjoyed the destination from the beginning and you enjoyed the destination after you enjoyed the journey. So you get to enjoy that twice. And that's why we try to help you keep in mind what your vision is, and to hold on to your vision no matter what. Hold on to your vision, even if it looks like not one thing lined up for it, to hold on to your vision. Another thing, Dr. Toni, that's all, basically. That's all I had to say. Back to you, Dr. Toni.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I know sometimes you get so full, and you're in the flow. This is what you just experienced, attractive thinker, us being in the flow. We don't take notes. We don't have an outline. We don't plan for these topics. They're random, whatever comes up in our spirit, whatever we agree with, or feel the fire with in our spirit. That's what we talk about, during these Beyond the Break episodes. Tichet, you said, you become someone different on the journey. You also said you have to trust your vision no matter what you see. So I would like to ask, and I know you're not prepared for this, or I didn't prepare you for it, but you're always prepared. I would like for you to, there a lot of attractive thinkers, this is what I do in my business. I support new and aspiring entrepreneurs who want to write books and start business ideas. There are a lot of attractive thinkers listening to this message right now. They've held on to book ideas in their heart for years. They have several book ideas. Like you said, it's not just one book idea, it's several. Some of them have volumes in them. Some of them have series in them. They have different genres of books. It's not just one genre that they desire to write. I would like for you to do a snippet of a visualization to give them an idea of what life looks like in the already done.
Surprisingly, I saw this before we started the show, so I'm always ready.
Right.
Okay, so everybody who wants to participate in this visual exercise, in order for you to grasp the energy of the person from that is already done era and bring it into your now. So I'm going to take your vision. If you have a vision, this is for everybody with a vision, right? We're going to take your vision, bring it into your now by thought. I want you to pay attention to your emotion. I want you to pay attention to everything that I'm saying in complete detail. Sometimes I might say things. I want you to then go further and pull out details that is in that visualization. Okay, so we're just going to bring it into your now, and I want you to hold on to your energy. So everybody, for a moment that's participating, I want you to just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath, and I want you to relax from your head to your toe. Relax all ideas, relax all of the tension. I want you to imagine you from your head to your toe, all the muscles, and relax all of them. Relax any narrative that's in your mind. Give yourself a mental break. Allow yourself to be relieved for a moment, to take a mental break and be relieved from whatever struggles, problems, or hindrances you came upon. I want you to relieve it all for a second, and I want you to start with a clean slate. I want you to imagine all of you guys. I want you to imagine yourself as a spirit for a second, okay? And I want you to understand how grand that is to be a spirit. And I want you to understand that as a spirit, there's endless possibilities for you right now. There's so many endless possibilities that you can create in this moment. Even the one you think you can't manifest, you can create it in this moment. And I want you to understand this physical body gives you the opportunity to walk out and to enjoy the journey that your spirit desired to have in this physical being. I want you to imagine yourself at that place of already done. If you're an author, I want you to imagine you being a best-selling author. If you're a singer, I want you to imagine all of your albums are sold, your Grammy award winning, whatever your vision is. I want you to imagine, if you're a new business owner, I want you to imagine yourself at a place where your business really hit a milestone. If you're a trader like I was, I want you to imagine getting into being in a space where all of your decisions are bringing back a return over 100% or 200% of what you desire to bring in. I want you, if you're in school for something, I want you to imagine that you've already graduated and already practicing what it is you're going to school for. I want you to imagine for a moment that money is not an object right now. It is not the decision-making factor in what you do. I want you to see yourself in the full action of who you are. So if you're an author, I want you to see yourself at meet and greets. Your book is already finished. Who are you meeting and shaking hands with? How many people are changed by your book? How many people are loving your book? I want you to look on your website and I want you to see the testimonials from your book. I want you to see the good reviews on Amazon. I want you to imagine how many people are loving what you put out. Now, I want you, while you're imagining what you put out, I want you to imagine the effects of what you're putting out. Okay, I want you to imagine how the one thing you put out that you couldn't get past, you got past it, you gave birth, and now it's taking effect all over the place. So it's a gift that keeps on giving. I want you to imagine that being this person requires an energy, it requires a lifestyle to maintain the essence of the person who is a manifestation of this book. I want you to understand that the lifestyle allows you to operate in that person's mindset, which is not the same mindset as you begun with. I want you to, for a second, when you see that person's mindset, from the person that is there, from your highest self, from the person that has already fulfilled the desire that you have, I want you to see the difference from that mindset to the mindset you have now. I want you to see the we made it mindset, right? And I want you to understand that to get to that mindset means you have to push through whatever it is you're going through now. Anything that you feel that's hindering you right now, I want you to see that you have pushed past it. I want to see you bust through any limitation right now. I want you to tell me what that looks like. What does it look like for you to break through whatever you feel like is your limit right now? Because there's no limitation. There's only a limited perception. I want you to see yourself past that limited perception and see that your journey continues past that thing you thought couldn't take place, past that thing that was so unbearable. You have moved past that thing. What does that look like? I want you to imagine for a second the smile that's on your face when you break through the moment that you felt was your biggest hindrance. What relief that feels like coming off of your shoulders. What does that feel like to break through, to finally get to move, to finally get to walk through, to finally, it finally picked up. There's publishers waiting for you. There's songwriters and producers waiting for you. There's all kinds of people who are set upon your journey to help you, waiting for you. And they was waiting for you to break through the hindrance that you thought you have now, which was not a hindrance. It was only your perception. It was only a perception. So now that you know that it was only a perception, you understand to pay attention, to pay close attention to your perception from this point forward. And you understand that your perception is one of the most important things, because your perception, it helps shape your energy. So when you're going through life and life is trying to come at you, as you have bust through that hindrance, you're still on continuation. Life still tries to come at you and do things, because remember, life don't stop happening just because you decided to get a life, right? Life is still going on, but what you're not doing is now that you know perception is everything, you're not allowing your perception to be shifted and shaped based on what life is bringing you. You're allowing the person that broke through it. You're allowing the person that's at the end. How did they get there? I want you to imagine you at your destination, your full destination, with all of the glory on you, with all of the I made it on you, with the relief, with the highest mindset, the highest thoughts, the feeling of I made it, the proudness that you wanted to feel, the intent behind why you're doing all of this. I want you to imagine all of that right now, right? And then I want you to imagine how you got there from this point. What must you have done to break from this point to that point? And to be honest, for my guess, it's perception. Because once you get a different perception, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Once you have a perception down in you that you made it, there's nothing that can get in your way. So I want you to think about that person again. And I want you to imagine yourself in a single day of a person who lives X, Y, and Z. And I want you to put your vision in there. I want you to put your vision right there. When I say X, Y, Z, that's where your vision belongs. So I want you to see attractive thinkers, all you visionaries. I want you to see yourself there, the destination, the desire, the birth, at the point where you get to meet your vision for the first time. I want you to feel what that energy feels like in your spirit. Let that energy go through your blood. Let that energy of, oh my gosh, this has happened. I made it. It was so quick. The wait was long, but the work was quick. I worked so hard for this, and this is what I got. I want you to imagine that morning. What was your mindset that morning that took place? Did you know that day it was going to take place on that specific day? Because remember, you've been doing this, you've been creating this. Did you know that morning it took place? Some of you did. Some of you had that expectation. Some of you had that expectancy. But some of you didn't know it was going to happen this quick. Some of you didn't know that morning was going to be the particular day. So what I'm saying to you is any minute of any day can change your outcome for tomorrow. Any minute of today, of this moment, can change your outcome for tomorrow and make tomorrow or today your manifestation date. There's no specific manifestation date that anybody knows. It is determined by you. It's determined by how strong you can maintain your perception, how strong you can hold on to your vision, how much discipline you have in maintaining your energy. Everybody is not required to be in the room with you when you give birth that was there with you when you started telling people you were pregnant. When you was telling people your vision and people had their opinions and stuff, you start to see who belongs in the birthing room and who doesn't, because it's not everybody. Now, along your journey, you're going to see some people drop off of your journey, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that, because when you get to having birth, you don't want the people who is not qualified to be in that room being there with their negative energy, changing how you enjoy it, changing the fact that you can enjoy this particular day. You want everybody in that room who can agree that this vision is good and this time is good, that can celebrate you, and not people who couldn't celebrate you. All of them fell off along the journey, right? So this day you have specific people in the room. And if any of you have ever given birth physically, you have the most important people in the room, and you put everybody else out, right? I know that sounds harsh, but when you're giving birth, it's necessary, because you have to protect your baby at all costs. You have to protect your vision. Your vision is your baby. You can't eat the way you've always eaten. You can't be around everybody the way you've always been around. And when I say eat, that's hearing, that's seeing, that's tasting, that's just receiving thoughts. You can't eat or bring into your body just any and everything. You have to be consistent in understanding that the birth of this baby is the most important thing. Your peace has to be your priority when you are pregnant. And see, you have to consider that that's why you went through that much pain, because you were in birth. So imagine when we started this visualization, you might have felt the pain. And so we're saying to push, and we're saying to breathe, and we're saying to push, then we're saying to breathe, then we're saying to push and to relax. And then your manifestation is here. So now you're giving birth. Now you're in the afternoon and you have given birth. That morning, did you have other plans? Were you going to do other things? I was just going to go to the store. I was just going to watch this. I was going to fold some clothes. I was going to paint the baby bird. I was going to do this. But the day had other plans for you. That's what we're saying. Any minute of today can change your outcome for tomorrow. So if you're feeling pain, you are in labor, you're giving birth today. It's time. It's time. We're telling you it is your time and your turn to give birth today. And so I want you to see what that looks like after you pushed. I want you to see your vision laying on your chest. I want you to see that vision. You're just so excited. What does that feel like to be that person you've always wanted to be? Now, the question is internally, who are you? Now that you made it to this destination, who have you become in the process? Because that is important. And I want you from this point on to get to know that person, because it's that person that's going to allow you to, is going to show you how to push past this part of the hindrance and get to the point of where you get to live out this vision. You are this person. You are this person. This person is not just appearing. This person has been developing along your journey. This person has already been there. You're allowing yourself to see how you develop into this person. Well, now I'm telling you to see this person and to be this person for a second. What did that lifestyle look like? And then promise yourself from this moment forward that you will live a life from that perspective. You will live a life from that author, from that Grammy Award winning, from that person who has a new home, from that person who has a marriage, from that person who's a mother, from that person who graduated and now they have a practice in business, from that person who is wealthy, from that person who gained the weight, from that person who just wanted to be disciplined, from that person who just wanted to be a photographer, a videographer. I want you to see what that looks like from that perspective. And from this moment forward, I want you to live from that perspective only. Hold on to that vision. Hold on to that day, right? Hold on to that day. And this is just a starting point, because once Visual Encourager knows your vision, it is, we put it in a way that it's customizable according to your vision. But since this is a global visualization, I have to be general. So this is just a snippet of what's being done, because it's many of you, and I can feel your spirit, I can feel your presence. It's many of you, and you guys are experiencing this for the first time. You're getting to know me as the Visual Encourager, and you're we are just setting a starting point, right? And so the starting point is to now live by this perception. So when you open your eyes, and I want you to just breathe for a second, keep your eyes closed. When you open your eyes, I want you to make a promise to yourself that you will never forget this moment. You will commit this to memory. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to commit the day you gave birth to your vision to memory is one you'll never forget. The day you were able to fully become this person, this is a day you'll never forget. Feel that in your blood as you take a deep breath. Feel that in your spirit as you take a deep breath. And then I want you to understand that this moment is now committed to memory. You are now able to walk in the mindset of the person who broke through everything that you were holding on to, that you thought was hindering you. Nothing's hindering you. All things are possible for you. Everything that you desire is right now. The whole world is at your fingertip. Your vision, your goals, your dreams has all manifested, is all here. So now you walk from it's already done. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. That's what I have to say about that. Attractive thinkers, I was thinking, during this visualization that you've seen it now. And we hear people say the phrase, keep that same energy. That's what I want to say to you. Keep that same energy. Yeah, keep that same energy. I want you to post in the comments section below your experience during this visualization. Post in the comments section below. Let us know how you benefited from this visualization and the results that you're receiving today and all throughout your week, all throughout the month from this one visualization. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beyond the Break 2020. Share this message with your circle of influence and your friends and family so that they too can get the same experience that you had. Click that like button, like this video, comment below. We look forward. I'm going to run to the comment section because I really want to see the manifestation of this visualization. Attractive thinkers and visual encouragers, I trust that you have enjoyed this time with us today because we have definitely enjoyed sharing this message with you. Get in touch with us, Dr. Toni Hatton, the Attractive Thinker, your identity coach, and get to the root specialist at theattractivethinker.guru. We have some free resources there on the website for you. Make sure you grab those while you're there. Visit Amazon, look for the Attractive Thinker Experience. This is exactly what it looks like. So you're not wondering what it is that you're looking for. This is a 726-page full color hardcover resource. It's a transformational experience to support you in holding on to that, keeping that same energy, like Tichet said, so that you understand the energy that you're coming from is already done and you have the tools to keep you there. It takes courage to keep that same energy. It takes tools, mental resources to keep that same energy, keep those thoughts and keep that same belief. The way you feel right now, like, oh my God, anything is possible. That was a beautiful visualization. I saw things that I had never even considered before. Keeping that same energy is going to require you some strength and courage, and we have tools to support you in doing just that. Tichet, tell our audience how they can stay in touch with you, the visual encourager.
Absolutely. You can find me on my website at www.visualencouragement.com. We provide mental support for movers and shakers, for trailblazers, pathfinders, and groundbreakers. All you visionaries who desire to move mountains but need help lifting the heaviness so that you can create a new vision for yourself. Go to my contact us page, put in your information. Let me know how I can uplift you, enlighten you, and encourage you so that you can live a life fulfillment beyond the break. Again, that's www.visualencouragement.com. See you soon.
Awesome. Attractive thinkers, visual encouragers, you always hear us say, our life's work, that's to make your life better. Remember, it is not what you're going through, it's how you're viewing it. Think attractively, and we'll see you soon.